10 great books you must read in your 20s to maximize your success. If you put 100 successful people in a room and ask each one of them, what is the habit that made them hugely successful, 90 among them will probably reply, reading. Robert Kiyosaki said, "If you want to go somewhere, the first thing to do is find someone who is already there and learn from that person and how he did it." Books are great to give you roadmap to achieve your life goals. That's why Rich and Smart channel made this video for you with clearer explanations. About 10 great books you must read in your 20s. Book number 6 and 7 are the most important in the list, so make sure you watch the video till the end so you don't miss any important part of it. They are all books about mindset, finance, productivity, and personal development. Mastering these concepts will provide a foundational advantage for you to start to maximize your success faster in life. Are you ready? Let's dive right in. Book number 1, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Our first book selection is Think and Grow Rich. This is the book about mindset and wealth creation. This book is the foundational text on success psychology. It's not just about money, it's about mastering the mindset needed to achieve any major life goal. In this book, Napoleon Hill explains how important it is for a young person to define his purpose and build a mastermind principle around it to move faster in life. Hill argues that having a burning desire, backed by a concrete plan, and a relentless belief in one's ability to overcome obstacles to achieve your goal is the first step toward riches. The book recounts the story of Edwin C. Barnes, who was determined to work with Thomas Edison. Barnes showed up at Edison's laboratory looking like a tramp, but with a definite desire to be Edison's business partner, not just an employee. Despite initial rejection, he persisted, took an unrelated job, and waited for his chance, eventually leading to a lucrative partnership. This demonstrates that persistence fueled by a clear purpose overcomes seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Now you might be asking why a young person should read Think and Grow Rich. Well, your 20s are the decade for forming your core beliefs. This book will fundamentally rewire your brain to understand that wealth and success are first created in the mind. It offers a timeless, step-by-step process, the 13 steps to riches, that applies to building a business, career, or skills that are necessary for success. It teaches you how to turn vague wishes into a tangible plan that will eventually lead to fortune. Think and Grow Rich is a crucial book for navigating the uncertainties of the modern economy. Book number 2, Atomic Habits by James Clear. This is the book about productivity and continuous improvement. This is the ultimate practical guide to behavior change and achieving massive results through tiny, incremental improvements. In this book, James explains the system of marginal gains. He shows his students that improving by just 1% every day leads to a 37 times improvement over the course of a year. He outlines the 4 laws of behavior change. If you want to implement a new good habit, make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. Following this simple principle will help you build good habits and break bad ones. In the book, you will learn how to use the habit stacking techniques to help yourself in building new rewarding habits, breaking automatically the bad ones, pairing a desired new habit with a current, established habit. For example, after I pour my morning coffee, current habit, I will meditate for 1 minute, new habit. This simple, repeatable formula bypasses the need for raw motivation and turns intentional action into automatic behavior. Why do I think a young person should read it? You know more than I do, right? Your 20s are the time to establish the habits that will define the rest of your life. This book demystifies success, proving that it's not a single massive event, but the product of daily systems. It empowers young people to stop relying on bursts of motivation and instead install an automated success mechanism. For a decade focused on building a career, skills, and relationships, this book is the blueprint for reliable growth. Book number 3, The Richest Man in Babylon, by George S. Clason. Originally published in 1926, this book is about building financial foundation for your wealth or career. Presented as parables set in ancient Babylon, this book delivers the most fundamental and timeless lessons in personal finance. The core concept in the book is the 7 cures for a lean purse. Simple but powerful rules for building wealth, starting with the principle, pay yourself first. Saving at least 10% of your income and investing it into assets that will be generating money while you sleep is the best way people become rich in 21st century. It emphasizes the power of continuous saving, controlling expenditures, and making your money work for you. The story of Arkad, the richest man in Babylon, who learned his first lesson from the moneylender, Algamish. A part of all you earn is yours to keep. It should be not less than 1/10. By diligently saving and then investing his savings, Arkad's small stream of income turned into a mighty river of wealth. The key is to start small, but start now. Why a young person should read this? In your 20s, you are likely earning your first significant income. This book is the financial instruction manual you never received in school. It translates complex financial theories into digestible, actionable, ancient wisdom. It provides the discipline and structure, like the 10% rule, necessary to avoid the debt trap and build a foundation for genuine wealth, making it possible to retire wealthy instead of just old. Book number 4, The 4-Hour Workweek by Timothy Ferriss. The purpose of this book is to guide your productivity and lifestyle design. The book is the manifesto for the new rich, those who prioritize time and mobility over mere accumulation of money. The core concept in this book is the methodology of DEAL: definition, elimination, automation, and liberation. Ferriss champions the principle of the 80-20 rule, Pareto principle, to identify and eliminate time-wasting tasks, and the power of outsourcing to create a muse business that generates income with minimal daily effort. Ferriss details the process of mini retirements, taking frequent, extended breaks throughout your career rather than waiting until you are 65. By systemizing his income, he was able to travel the world, pursuing interests like tango in Argentina or kickboxing in Thailand, proving that living a rich life doesn't require decades of corporate slavery. A young person who wished to be successful in life should read this book because the traditional career path is increasingly obsolete. The 4-Hour Workweek offers a radical and an empowering perspective on lifestyle design, urging young people to reject the deferred life plan. It teaches skills like effective delegation and remote work setup that are essential for success in these days of digital economy. This book will definitely help you create income streams with your passion and become financially free to travel the world. Book number 5, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. It sounds unfortunate sometimes, but it's true. Being financially successful in life requires financial education and asset building, and no college is giving that to you. Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, fundamentally challenges the conventional wisdom about work and money, shifting the focus from income to asset generation. The book focuses on the crucial difference between an asset, something that puts money in your pocket, and a liability, something that takes money out of your pocket. It advocates for financial education and moving off the rat race of working for a paycheck, and instead focusing on acquiring income-generating assets like real estate, businesses, or intellectual property. Kiyosaki contrasts his two dads. His highly educated, poor dad, who is his biological father, saying always to him, "Go to school, get good grades, and get a safe, secure job, and then you will be fine." But his less educated, rich dad, his friend Mike's father, taught him that life is always difficult for people who follow that advice. Instead, it will be much easier for him to be wealthy if he can just work to learn and never work for money. He emphasized the importance of building a business that runs itself and focusing on assets building instead of the illusion of study very hard, get good grades, and get a good job with social advantages, which, my dear friends, almost always leads to financial struggles as your age. The poor dad struggled financially despite a high salary and died leaving behind him some debt, while the rich dad built a fortune using financial intelligence, illustrating that financial success is a learned skill, not a result of a high-paying job. It's about building systems that runs themselves without your presence and investing in things that put money back into your pocket for decades, if it's not to say forever. Why a young person should read Rich Dad, Poor Dad? Guess what? This book is a mandatory mind shift. It provides the vocabulary to understand the capitalist world and breaks the myth around what we often call assets and liabilities. For young people starting out, it provides the powerful framework to focus their energy on buying or creating assets, like a blog, a stock portfolio, or a small business, rather than just clocking hours, which is the fastest route to financial independence. Book number 6, The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas J. Stanley and William D. Danko. This particular book focuses on wealth habits of true millionaires. In this book, Thomas J. Stanley and William D. Danko shatters the myth of the flashy millionaire, revealing the surprising truth about how most millionaires actually live. Wealth is more often a result of frugality, budgeting, and disciplined saving and investing than high income or inheritance. The typical millionaire is a self-made middle-class business owner or professional who lives below their means and avoids status spending. The author's extensive research found that millionaires often drive used, domestic cars, wear inexpensive watches, and live in modest, non-glamorous neighborhoods. They give the example of an ordinary-looking man, a simple business owner, whose wealth was estimated to be in the millions, entirely due to decades of saving and smart investment, while his neighbor, a high-earning doctor who spent lavishly, had a low net worth. This proves that net worth is what you keep, not what you spend. A young person should consider reading The Millionaire Next Door because this book provides a deeply reassuring and practical roadmap to wealth building starting in your 20s. It eliminates the pressure of keeping up appearances and validates the simple, disciplined lifestyle. It teaches that the highest earners are often not the wealthiest, encouraging young people to focus on the silent, compounding power of saving and investing early and often, which is the ultimate wealth-building secret. Book number 7, The Millionaire Fastlane by M.J. DeMarco M.J. DeMarco offers a radical critique of the slow lane, job plus mutual funds, and presents a framework for rapidly accelerating wealth creation through entrepreneurial ventures. Differentiating between the sidewalk, consumerist debt-driven, the slow lane, time for money, conventional career, and the fast lane, building systems that command value and scale. The fast lane is defined by the sense framework: control, entry, barrier to, need, time, detachment, and scale. DeMarco uses the analogy of renting a cabin versus building an apartment building. In the slow lane, you rent a single cabin, your salary, for a fixed income. In the fast lane, you build a large apartment building, a scalable business, and rent out hundreds of units, dramatically accelerating income and creating time detachment from money. He shows that businesses that leverage the internet scale and solve a real need value are the true fast tracks. If you are really a young person who wish to be successful in life, you should read this book and follow its advice. For the ambitious, entrepreneurial young person, this book is a necessary guide to intentional risk-taking and business creation. It validates the urgency to build a valuable, scalable business now while you are young and your energy is high. It teaches that your greatest asset is time, and the fastest way to wealth is through controlled leverage and systemized income, which is the playbook for modern digital entrepreneurs nowadays. Book number 8, Money, Master the Game, by Tony Robbins. Actionable Financial Psychology. This comprehensive book acts as a powerful synthesis of financial advice, combining the emotional psychology of money with practical investment strategies from the world's top investors. The book's primary lesson is achieving financial security through creating an automatic income plan that protects you from market volatility. Robbins distills the advice of billionaires into a simple, actionable 7-step plan, focusing heavily on reducing fees and utilizing passively managed, low-cost index funds. Robbins introduces the concept of the Freedom Fund and the power of compounding while demonstrating the devastating effect of investment fees. He cites the example of someone earning 8% per year but paying a 2% fee. Over a 40-year career, that 2% fee could consume over 60% of the potential net return. He stresses that what you don't lose in fees is often more important than what you gain in returns. Why a young person needs to read this book? Because it gives young readers confidence in navigating the complex world of investing. In their 20s, time is their biggest advantage, and Robbins provides the simple strategies to implement safe, diversified, and high-impact long-term investing. It also connects wealth to a larger purpose, the Give More principle, inspiring young people to be both financially successful and socially impactful. Book number 9, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Covey's work is the quintessential guide to personal and professional effectiveness, based on principles that lead to lasting success, not just quick fixes. The shift from the personality ethic, surface-level techniques, to the character ethic, deep internal principles. For you to win in public, you must first win in private. The concept of proactivity, Habit 1, is illustrated by the circle of concern versus circle of influence. Proactive people focus their energy on things they can control, circle of influence, such as their own response, skills, and effort. Reactive people focus on the circle of concern, traffic, economy, other people's opinions, which drains their energy and shrinks their influence. We advise every young person to read Stephen Covey's book to maximize their effectiveness in their 20s, because it is absolutely true that your 20s are a period of major decisions and career development. This book provides the moral and ethical compass for professional life. It teaches personal leadership, urging young people to intentionally design their lives based on their core values, rather than reacting to external pressures. Mastering the habits, particularly prioritizing the big rocks first, is key to avoiding burnout and achieving sustainable, meaningful success. Book number 10, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. This book is the straightforward, no-hype explanation of why seemingly insignificant daily choices are the true engine of success. The principle that small, smart choices plus consistency plus time equals radical difference. Make this book an exceptional selection for young people, because we're all the results of our small daily choices, either good or bad. Darren Hardy argues against the quick fix culture, asserting that every result in life, good or bad, is a function of the compound effect. Even simple choices, like reading 10 pages a day or cutting out 100 calories a day, will yield massive, disproportionate results over years. If you are young and you are making poor and negative choices, you'll get poor and negative results. Instead, if you discipline yourself to be making small, daily, and smart choices every single day, they will lead you to interesting results your life. The keywords here are small, daily, and smart choices. This is the perfect companion to Atomic Habits, providing the motivation and belief necessary to stick with the systems. It validates the hard work of the early career stage, proving that the seemingly unrewarding efforts of their 20s, saving a little, working late, learning a new skill, will compound into an unstoppable competitive advantage in their 30s. It eliminates the search for secrets and focuses the young person on the discipline of doing the work. Above are the 10 essential books that we think every young person should read. Thank you so much for watching our videos. If you want to be watching more of them, subscribe now and turn on the notification so you don't miss any of our videos again. Love you and love the process of building a better you. Thank you.